Today's feature, I want to share with you secrets that I've discovered along my journey to survive the holidays with adrenal fatigue. The holidays can be a challenging time, even for the healthiest of people. When you have adrenal fatigue, the added stress that the holiday season brings, whether it be physical, mental, or emotional stress, can be enough to put you over the edge. Imagine a holiday season where you felt energetic, calm, and symptom-free. You can have it. So tip number 1 is BYOF. This stands for Bring Your Own Food. The holidays are filled with get-togethers focused around food. And if you're suffering from food intolerances or allergies as a result of your adrenal fatigue, you most likely have had to give up some foods along the way. If so, you know how frustrating it can be to be at these gatherings. Bringing your own food means that you still can enjoy food and don't have to feel like you're missing out the entire time. If you've been following me for a while, you know that along my healing fatigue journey, I gave up many foods. Actually, the only thing I never gave up was eating vegetables. I gave up dairy, meat, sugar, gluten, grains, you name it, I tried it. And just for the record, I'm not suggesting that you or believe that you need to give up a bunch of foods in order to heal your adrenal fatigue. But I get what you're going through, and that's why I always bring food with me wherever I go. So tell me, what are your favorite alternative food choices that you don't want to live without during the holidays? All right, tip number 2. Is to boost your immune system during the holidays. During the holidays, we do more traveling to the mall, to the supermarket, to events and get-togethers, which will bring opportunities to come in contact with germs and other icky bugs that might be lurking around. And because, as adrenal fatigue sufferers, we already have a compromised immune system, we might be more susceptible and find ourselves constantly under the weather at this time of year. Not good. Getting sick would put a huge damper on your capacity to celebrate. Be proactive about your health this season. Keep yourself healthy by doing a few things to boost your immune system. Go to sleep just a bit earlier than usual each night. Cut down on the sugar intake when you aren't out celebrating. This is one of my favorites. And use essential oils to protect yourself. Personally, I use doTERRA oil called On Guard. This oil can be used internally to support the immune and respiratory system, and can also be used externally as a non-toxic cleaner to protect yourself against environmental threats. What essential vitamins and supplements support your immune system? Make sure you don't forget to take them. And tip number 3 is don't fall into the trap. When everyone around you is running around like a crazy person, trying to get everything done, it's easy to feel like that is what you are supposed to do too. Just because our society buys into the belief that this time of year has to be crazy doesn't mean that it's true, or that it has to be true for you, no matter what people around you are doing. I am telling you that it is possible to avoid that trap. What if you could be that person in line at the supermarket or at the mall while everyone else is huffing and puffing and saying rude things to the checkout lady, or just acting annoyed? Would be the staying cool, calm, and collected. You could be the example of what else is possible. And as Gandhi would say, be the change you want to see in the world. All right, and tip number 4 is to do your shopping online. We have such a luxury now that didn't exist even 10 years ago, where you could pretty much buy anything online that you need. So unless you enjoy being out and about this time of year, and you have a great deal of patience, consider doing all of your shopping this year from the convenience of your own cozy couch. Get yourself a cup of your favorite tea, put some calming music on, and shop away. There are lots of options for online shopping these days. It's not just Amazon or nothing. And tip number 5, emotionally prepare for your loved ones. No matter how close we are to our loved ones and how much we love seeing them during the holidays, it doesn't negate the fact that family can have the ability to bring up a lot of our old stuff, including limiting beliefs about ourselves, insecurities, failures, and whatnot. Prepare yourself emotionally by taking some time before you see them to center yourself. Say positive affirmations, remind yourself how amazing you are and that your old choices no longer define who you are. Get plenty of sleep and visualize yourself having positive and loving interactions with these people. So I've just given you 5 easy tips to surviving the holidays with adrenal fatigue. Now I'd love to hear from you. What things do you do to guarantee more fun and less stress during the holidays? And how do you avoid flare-ups during the holidays? And what has been the most helpful piece of information shared here today? And we'd be so appreciative if you'd share this video with family and friends who you feel could benefit. And remember, stay committed to your healing and trust the health that's on its way because you deserve it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.